a week of retirements, returns and releases. This is IWN and a week in wrestling. So we'll start with Drew Galloway, who was spotted at this weekend's NXT TakeOver. Everyone speculated why he was there, but he later confirmed that he has signed with NXT. Now the thing with this is, him and Joe Coffey have qualified for the Pro Wrestling World Cup finals in August, but I've reached out to both Drew Galloway and WCPW with no responses to will he still be part of the competition come August, or because of his signing now to WWE, is he no longer part of it, and will he be replaced by one of the other competitors that was in the Scottish qualifiers? Suppose we'll just have to wait and see, folks. Then we saw the return of the Hardy Boys at WrestleMania, who came back to win Tag Team Championship Gold and become the Raw Tag Team Champions after dropping the tag titles to the Young Bucks at Ring of Honor the night before. Now fair play to the two of them. They'd had a ladder match with the Young Bucks the night before and they were going straight into a ladder match at WrestleMania. Now it didn't seem like they were doing the broken gimmick. It looked like they were back to their old Attitude Era ways with their old Attitude Era music. Now it's up in the air what's the story with the broken gimmick at the moment. It's looking like because TNA or Impact Wrestling are claiming that they own the rights to the IP. So I think it'll be till the court deal is done before we see the broken gimmick in WWE. But other than that, it's great to see the Hardys back. But it's looking like the WWE roster is filling up quite fast, as aside from the Hardys we had 3 more returns this week, one of which I'll get to later. On Raw we had Emma return after the whole Emelina cock-up, and on SmackDown we had Eric Rowan return and team up with Bray Wyatt to beat up Randy Orton. Aside from the returns we had a number of debuts. On Raw we saw the former NXT Tag Team Champions The Revival face the New Day, and on SmackDown we saw Ty Dillinger come out to a huge 10 chant from the crowd and face Curt Hawkins. But the 2 biggest return/call-ups has to be Finn Balor and Shinsuke Nakamura. Finn returned to Raw Monday night after suffering an injury at last year's SummerSlam, where he became the very first Universal Champion, but unfortunately had to relinquish it the night after due to the shoulder injury suffered in the previous night. Needless to say, he returned to a huge pop as he appeared as Seth Rollins' surprise partner in the main event against Kevin Owens and Samoa Joe. Then the following night on SmackDown, we saw the debut of Shinsuke Nakamura. Now what caught everyone off guard here was the fact that he interrupted a Miz promo. Miz was out in the ring taking the piss out of John Cena like he's been doing the last couple of weeks. Then we saw a lone violinist standing at the top of the ramp and we're all wondering, oh, is this Shinsuke? But as soon as he starts playing, we recognise the music instantly. Huge prop, crowd loses their fucking minds. With all these returns and call-ups, it looks like WWE's getting a shot of fresh blood. It's badly needed. Things need to be freshened up. Joe, don't get me wrong, the superstars that are already there are fantastic. It's just we're seeing the same storylines over and over again, and it's nice to see something new for a while. As good as this week has been for returns and call-ups, WWE has also had a release. WWE posted this tweet stating that they have come to a mutual agreement with Simon Gotch and released him from the company. For those who don't know, Simon Gotch is one half of the tag team The Vaudevillains, who pretty much have seen little to no screen time since the draft. I don't know if the same is going to happen for Gotch's tag partner Aiden English, as WWE haven't said to whether they're releasing him or keeping him within the company, so we'll just have to wait and see what happens there. Now, as for what's going to happen with Simon Gotch, is he going to retire from wrestling altogether? Or is he going to continue wrestling, maybe in the indie scene? If he's going to continue in the indie scene, which indie company is going to pick him up? WCPW, I'm looking at you. So, till we hear more, we'll just have to wait and see. Our top story and our most somber one. This Sunday saw The Undertaker wrestle his last match in an early 30-year career. The Phenom left the ring, leaving behind his coat, hat and gloves, and as he made his way up the ramp he was greeted by a chorus of "Thank You Taker" chants from the 70,000+ attending the show. He had a career that will never be rivalled, not in my lifetime anyway. He earned a level of respect that I don't think any other wrestler will ever match. You could see it through all the tweets, the countless tweets that were sent out throughout the week after the match with the hashtag #ThankYouTaker. There's a number of images been going around the internet in the days since that truly show the respect and admiration people had for Mark Calaway and his performance as The Undertaker. Such images as this one of his hat, coat and gloves still in the ring, untouched, as the crew clean around him and don't disturb him. And also this one, which I've seen doing the rounds over the last few days, and whoever created this image, fair play to you, it's a brilliant image. It really sums up for fans like myself who grew up watching The Undertaker since we were kids. It pretty much sums up everything we were feeling Sunday night. So Undertaker, Mark Calaway, if you happen to be watching this, for all the times you put your body and soul on the line for this industry, you'll always have my admiration and respect. Thank you, Taker. So that's all the news for this week, folks. Hopefully we'll be back next week with some more news. As always, you can follow me on Twitter at Kevin O'Meester. I'll put it along there. As you know, I always do a live tweet session every Monday night for Raw, every Tuesday night for SmackDown, and I think WCPW are airing their Orlando show this Saturday night, so if they are, I'll be doing a live tweet session for that. So until then, folks, good luck.